Hi, this is Shamrondi from Providence Life Design. I'm an interior designer in Florida, in the South Florida area, and I also do e-design, where I'm able to help many people virtually. And it's usually my work that kind of creates the topics that I make my interior design videos about. Now, this particular video is going to be about the word transitional. This word is so hard in my book. I don't like that word transitional. Transitional is like, if you're a makeup artist and you want to use two colors that people could never understand how these two colors can work, and you know how to blend, that's transitional. It's that blurry area. It's that gray area. You got to be careful with that when it comes to your home and what you buy for it. Okay, guys? Let's start there. Be leery of the word transitional. Another part that I want to make sure that I tell you is start at the high end and then work your way down to budget. Because stores that are heavy in selling transitional furniture, they are completely cornering the market because they know a lot of customers are guided by price when they shop. Now, if you have hopes and dreams for your space and you're trying to follow a specific kind of like design aesthetic, I'm going to suggest that you do as much research as possible, and then maybe use a site like a Pinterest or something like that. Create a board that has a focus on a particular style that you like. Okay, so I'm going to mention some just so you can understand how you need to follow through and search for it on your own when you're on the internet. So we have traditional, right? Traditional can mean a lot of things. Traditional can also be traditional based on actual region and country. What is considered traditional design? It's the same thing like modern. Modern in Miami is not the same modern in Italy. Italy might be a little bit more tasteful with some great splashes of, international style in there, but it's not the same kind of modern. Okay, traditional, modern, contemporary, Art Deco, mid-century modern, those are great ones for you to look at in juxtaposition to the first two that I mentioned. The reason why you would want to look at mid-century modern separately and then Art Deco separately after you've taken time to look at what does English traditional look like, what does American traditional, colonial traditional, what does that stuff look like? Take your time and just familiarize yourself with it. And the reason why it's important to do this, and this is probably the reason why I've had to make this video the third time, is because I probably wouldn't have included that information, is because it's going to help you to recognize when you see something on a piece of furniture that, it looks a little off. Now it's not, it looks a little off. It's like, no, that's whack. We don't want you to have anything in your home that is whack. We don't want you to have anything in your home that is in poor taste. We do not want you to have anything on your own in your home that is just a bad rendition of mass-produced, mass CAD, mass design, mass production, like a mess. You don't want that. You want to be really, really clear about what you're trying to do in your home. All right? Unless you're somebody who just knows how to clean up well. You can make anything in your wardrobe look fantastic. Then I can fully entrust you to say, you know what? I can put these kind of pieces together and have an idea of balance and scale, that size and style. And then silhouette, that's the profile, the silhouette, right? Let me see. And no, because I don't have the correct word for that. But yeah, it's like the same thing. When you're profiling, there you go. When you're profiling someone, like, okay, they have a Carcoy type of profile, or they have an African type of, profile. It's the same thing. It's like you choosing a faucet for your bathroom. That faucet even if you're doing traditional, you may not be a 60-year-old woman doing traditional. You may be a 35-year-old woman doing traditional in your first home. Your home is definitely has a lot of traditional aspects about it. You want to, you want to stay on that side of the design, but you want it to be updated. Then for you, you're going to look for, a hardware that has like the silhouette of something old and traditional, but the finish of it doesn't have as much molding and crevices and creases and rolls and, Baroque. It doesn't have all of that going on. It has a really, serene appearance to it. It has a very neat appearance to it, a very modern type of appearance, but the silhouette, the shape, the outline is still very traditional. So you want to make sure that you take some time and look at a few slides of those said design genres. Okay, I gave you some names, so you can, if you missed it, you can just rewind and you can go back and you can look up those names and then see what does that look like, how is that represented in a staged environment, and then see how that's represented in the actual furniture itself. That's what I want you to do, because what's going to happen to you, and you end up in these stores like these, these city furnitures and these Eldorados and these, these places that they kind of like throw you for a loop. Even Babcock does it. They have like a lot of affordable, like super, super cheap. That's like if it's best, like if you're probably trying to stage out a pied-à-terre room, a guest room, a room that a child doesn't usually use, like the child doesn't live with you. Like that's a great place to go and get furniture from, right? If you're like on a really tight budget, like tight. Okay? But there are some retailers that do these things so well. Mid-century modern, you're going to find it definitely in your Crate and Barrel and your West Elm. You're definitely going to find it in there, okay? And then you can go and get somebody like your modern type of like accessories from your CB2 or even from your Target. Like you can get these things to kind of like all bring it all together and make it beautiful and tasteful. The other thing that I need you to remember, that when you're starting to choose and start to gravitate towards a particular style, as that color has a historical reference as well. So silhouette, right? Color has a historical reference. That's the reason why you would want to properly consult a professional if you're doing a renovation or an update to the facade of a building that needs to be is historically protected. Okay, because if they're a classically trained designer, then they're going to be able to always have those references in the back of their mind. They're going to likely know that blue is not right. That blue is not okay. And there's things throughout history that kind of allows us to go back and reference these things, like the color of cars back in those days, the color of older houses. You may not always find the color images in the pictures, but those that have, been classically trained, they are going to be able to reference those colors and kind of like steer you in the right direction. So West Elm and Crate and Barrel, those two retailers, they are going to do it very well. Now that's not to say that if you go into city furniture that you're not going to find a mid-century modern. You may find a mid-century modern piece, a chair, a sofa, whatever the case may be, but keep in mind that you got to be able to pay attention to the details. The finishing details, the hardware, the color of the metal, the color of the textiles that's available to you, those kind of things. And then it'll allow you to kind of like mix high and low, right? Or if you want to do it all from, an affordable place that's going to be less stress in your pocket than, a Crate and Barrel or, maybe a... one of the retailers from like the D&D building or wherever your decorating and design building is for your city. That's where you want to kind of start. Start there. Okay. Even if you don't want to buy there, you want to start there. Okay. Because there you're going to see a great representation of a particular genre without it being watered down by the mass and whatever the current Chinese special is that this person, people, it's okay. It's like, this is what people have to do to, make a living for themselves. irrelevant of, what the historical reference needs to be when they are thinking about design and furniture. Okay, me personally, I think it is important for you to be able to reference those things so you don't kind of like steer off in the wrong direction. All right, so the other thing too is, what prompted me to make this video about transitional is that this customer that I'm working with, it's a bathroom that we're doing, and it's a bathroom that is en suite to her bedroom. Even though I was not consulted for the bedroom, remember, I'm working with the contractor. I'm not the homeowner's designer, okay? She is on the road to a hot mess, okay? And had she not said anything to me, she would have continued down the road of it being a hot mess. Now, it's not to say it's not going to be a hot mess, because she has some things that she put into the space, and it is staying, regardless if it should be in a sleeping space or not. Whatever. But I was able to salvage the situation because she is now going to go and cancel a furniture order. I had to show her. First of all, the color of this furniture is way too dark. Okay, it's supposed to be a color, and it's like super, super dark. But here you are, you're doing like light and bright, and then you want modern, but then it has molding on it. Then the scale of the molding is not impressive, right? Like, it is not leaning towards it definitely being traditional. It's like it's a hot mess. Then the pulls are super modern. Then there's like these feet. Listen, guys, if it is a nightstand, if it is a dressing table, if it is a chest of drawers, you want to pay attention to the proportion of the furniture piece. Then you want to look at the color. Is this color looking a little too cheesy? Does it look, tasteful? Is it a great color? How is this color going to make me feel every time I get up and look at it? What does the silhouette of the piece of furniture look like? Does the hardware look like it matches the rest of the furniture? You got to ask yourself these questions. And that's the reason that when you go into these furniture stores, like if you're trying to pop in there on your way to the supermarket, you're like, oh, let me just pop in there really quickly. Somebody's trying to, tie you in, and they're trying to sound like they know what they're talking about. They don't. I have found out the hard way on my own. Where I'm coming in thinking I'm talking to somebody that is in the arts like myself, and I'm telling them what I want to look at, and he's just like, I don't know what that is. Oh, I had to clutch my pearls. What? You do not know what? I was shocked. I shouldn't be shocked, because these are hourly employees that are trying to get some kind of commission or whatever the case may be. And then they use these words because these are the words that, that market, that industry is putting out there. And if they utilize those words at the right speed and connotation, then it's going to sound like they know what they're talking about. But they're just sending you down the road to look like somebody who works hella hard, and they have no idea that their home looks tacky. I don't like that. I'm totally passionate about that. Let's try to stay with a design theme. I want you to do the research. Look up these names, guys, okay? Let me just read some things that I have here that's, part of my blogging, okay? Be sure that you're staying on the side of the updates, okay? Especially when you're trying to be more on the side of modern, right? You gotta be careful with this word transitional. Even in traditionally inspired design aesthetics, you do not want to approach your bath renovation to look dated, but then it's a new install. That's a big problem in Florida. Big problem in Florida. It is the problem of any homeowner that is trying to like renovate a place, and they are guided by price. All right, so then they're buying like, okay, this is on sale, let me get it. But it looks like it belongs in a spaceship, but the rest of the apartment looks retro, right? Retro and spaceship are not the same, people, okay? Retro is It is an older form of modern. Okay? And current modern is relative to where you physically are, whether you're in Italy or if you're in Miami, compared to you being in Colorado. It's a different kind of modern based on your region, right? But the only way that you're going to be able to stay like guided is if you have a constant reminder. Cut them out. Go in the magazines. Go in the magazine, see what you like, then go on Pinterest, put in those words, and that's why Pinterest is good, because you could search the search engine by the keywords. Okay? And the other thing too is mosaic tile is not obligatory. That seems to be a big issue when it comes to people doing renovations and them not knowing that something doesn't go. They think that because the install is like, hey, yeah, I just did a bathroom with that and we waterfall the tile. What? You now in June of 2020, the year of our Lord, you want to go and put waterfalled mosaic? Where? Why? You know, this is why you probably need to book a call with me, okay? And you can do so, all right? We could do it virtually. I could be there in person, okay, whatever. And then going on, as in entire in cards, there are finishes and furnishes that scream masculine and feminine. Okay, be careful when you are looking at things that are transitional. Pay attention to the fact that it's something that maybe you gravitate to or your man gravitates to. Or if you're a man, pay attention to what your lady gravitates to and pay attention to what you gravitate to. I want you to be fully entitled to speak your opinion about what you like and don't like about something. Because remember, in these, you know, in your home, you're going to be greeted daily by something that represents you, okay? And if you are a masculine man and you're only trying, please go back, and you're only seeking to please her, you need to speak up. You need to speak up, because there needs to be some kind of compromise, all right? I do a lot of that. Please close that door. Please close that door. So I do a lot of, projects for husband and wives, and I ask a lot of questions because I want to know, like, what is the role? Are we doing a master bedroom? Does she has her own bedroom? That kind of thing. Because me personally, that's neither here nor there, all right? It's just a little salaciousness. It's just this is really how my mind ticks. Like me personally, I love having my own space. I love having my own space, and I totally, even when we get married again, that I want my own space, guys, okay? And I don't want a man to endure being in a space that's too masculine or too feminine for him if that's not his thing. But I don't want to have anybody take me out of my feminine. I like being feminine. I love satin. I love velour. I love velvet. I love plushness. I love warm and cool colors. I love pale colors. Okay? I love sunlight. I love greenery. There's a lot of things that I like. I love those sparkling jewels and things like that. I love that. Men may not like that. Okay? So try to find that balance. I know for sure, like, our current trend right now is caustic tile. Caustic tile, if you guys feel hard bent pressed to use caustic tile and your man is like, listen, we need to keep this masculine, stay as monochromatic as possible. Don't go dabbling and the 3 and the 5 color ones, please. Like, leave that for your little lady corner, your little reading nook, your little sun porch, or whatever the case may be, that you know that your husband is not going to spend time in those places, okay? Stay as monochromatic as possible. Or you can get the pattern, but then you can use geometric caustic instead of using a foliage type of caustic, something that's too baroque and curvy and and has all of that foliage and all of those kind of like curly cues going on. Find something that is more geometric. Stay monochromatic. Okay, that's the only design tip I'm really going to give you in this video. But this video is specifically about being careful of the word transitional. All right, transitional is a dangerous word, guys, and this video is really about just do your due diligence. If you could spend the 20 minutes watching this video, you should be clicking around on Pinterest while we're talking, right? Or you just rewind this video, get the names of those genres of style I was telling you about, so you can start looking at them separately, and then decide, okay, I like this, I like that about that, right? Because you may not want everything about a style, but you may appreciate something about a style, like the way they use the color yellow. You understand, like the historical reference behind the yellow that's being used. So if you need any consulting, e-design, you need me to come out to see about, you know, what's going on in your home. You want to do a renovation. You have a design going on in your home, but you don't know what kind of floors to choose. And now you're trying to do the entire, you know, all the floors, all the square footage to your entire house. Feel free to call me in. I can help you with that quite easily. Bring samples, everything, right? We're a full design, decorate and design, build and design, renovate and design kind of company, okay? So I appreciate you watching this video. This is Shamrondi from Providence Life Design. If you haven't, come over and check out my Facebook page and like it. Providence Life Design. I'm an interior designer. And what else can I tell you? Like and subscribe. Like this video and share it. There might be other videos, they're all labeled, and then a lot of my home interior design videos are also on my Instagram, on my IGTV. Share these videos with other, you know, new homeowners, new couples that are trying to flip houses, a young couple, newlyweds. You know, there's so many helpful videos on here that can really guide, you know, homeowners to be in a harmonious space that just like really reflects them, you know, and then they'll be happy with it. Because let me tell you guys, and I used to tell my design customers all the time, all I can do is make a suggestion. But when you're sitting on that plumbing wall, me, I sleep good at nighttime. Because I know that I equipped you with as much as I could equip you with, and let you know that, hey, this is what you really want, but let me tell you why I would make this other kind of suggestion. And you still go forward. Well, ultimately, I want you to be happy with whatever it is that you do. All right. But I am not a yes woman. Nope. If you need somebody to kind of like gather and hone things in correctly, I'm your lady. I never tell somebody no without giving them a reason why it needs to be an absolute no. All right. Have a blessed one. This is Shamrondi from Providence Life Design.